beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's by-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning, everybody. Friend and foes alike. I like my foes. That gives me somebody to beat the hell out of, because these no good son of a bitches are just that. They're no good son of a bitches. Hey, we're going to take care of our housekeeping right off. We're going to recap some of the things that we talked about this week. We're going to talk about the debacled NGA. People are all over this county are livid. Kern, sweet cakes. And Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in the toilet. Sprague. And don't forget John, red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle bear civic. These three stooges have single-handedly destroyed the economic base of St. Clair County. It's been going on for 30, 40, 50 years. The airport now, not being able to secure a great location with great amenities only because of the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. You people think about it. They can put whatever spin they want on it. But the only spin that rings true is the culture of corruption. Washington, D.C. would not even entertain. They went through all the motions, but they knew it was going to St. Louis. They knew we had a better location. But hell, you can have the best location in town, but if you got the mob, you can have the best house. But if you got the mob living next door to you, running dope, killing people, and I say that hypothetically, of course, you want to be in that house, even though it's the most beautiful house in the state, when it's next to the mob? Hell no, you don't. You'll go live in someplace half as nice because you don't want to be around the corruption. That's the way the federal people thought, and rightfully so. They know what's going on in St. Clair County. They know what's going on, but we're living it. We're living it, everybody in St. Clair County. It's a shame. It's a shame that our political leaders have to destroy everything that we're trying to build. It's a shame that Kern, Sprague, Barra Civic, the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County has destroyed everything. Past, present, and now for the future. And let me identify the democratic culture of corruption. This is not the proud Democrats of St. Clair County. This is not the true Democrats, the hardworking Democrats that feel that their party is better, like the philosophy of the Democrats. I understand that. So when I talk about the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, I'm not talking about the 95% of the decent, hardworking Democrats. I don't give a damn if you're a Democrat or Republican. We're all Americans. So I don't care about distinguishing between the two. I'm talking about, when I talk about the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, I'm talking about the 1%, 2%, 3% that make all the true, proud, decent Democrats look bad. And I don't want to cast a bad light on them because they are hardworking. But you hardworking Democrats all throughout St. Clair County, I think you've been listening to me long enough. You now understand the underbelly of politics in St. Clair County. You do understand the culture of corruption in the Democratic organization, the criminally corrupt Democratic organization of St. Clair County. And I don't believe you good people. Now, you may vote for Hillary. I talked to some proud Democrats last night, as a matter of fact. They're going to vote for Hillary. But then they're not crossing over. I told you yesterday, that sounds bad. They're coming over. They're being invited over. And they're going to vote for a lot of the candidates on the Republican Party. And a lot of the candidates on the Republican Party, on the Republican ticket, aren't really Republicans. What the hell is a Republican? And what the hell is a Democrat? These are proud members of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, the freedom fighters of St. Clair County. We're out there. We don't give a damn about Democrats or Republicans. We give a damn about the people. We had to get on the Republican ticket because the Democrats have their primaries so screwed up, and there's so much corruption in how they pick their candidates, the vote stealing. You guys know what's going on. I don't have to resurrect that throughout St. Clair County. We've been living that year after year after year. But the people on the Republican ticket were part of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, uniting. And that's what the philosophy of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, it's a movement. It's a patriotic movement. It's not a party. It's uniting Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white, to come together to stop this culture of corruption, to live together, to work together, to thrive together as Americans. You know, they want to divide and conquer us. The hell with that division. Let's unite and be successful. Heroes Inside Day. A couple days back, the nice gentleman from Hero Inside, that's a group that's trying to raise awareness against heroin, and heroin is a major problem in our great country. They're going to have their fundraiser April the 16th at Everett Moody Park in Fairview Heights. And if you people think about it, and if you're around the Fairview area, it's not going to be a morbid event. It's going to be a fun event where they can inform and enlighten you. So just hope that your family members never get involved, but it's a good cause. And if you can make it out there, please do. I want to thank all the great guys yesterday from the Edwardsville American Legion. I had a lot of fun with them. They're having their April the 16th Great Bands, Music, and Food Fun Festival located at their VFW. I'm sorry, their American Legion, located at 58 South State Route 157 in Edwardsville. Going to have 3 great bands. It's only $5. They're trying to help support all the American Legion funding operations. They give to a lot of charities. So we want to salute you guys at the Edwardsville American Legion post, and also every American Legion Vietnam veteran post, every VFW post, every post where our proud Americans, our proud military heroes can relax after giving part of their lives to keep us free. Have any questions or concerns, you can contact the good people at 618-656-9774. Coming up April the 23rd at the Scottish Rites Temple, the A&I Drum and Bugle Corps Band, they're international shrine champions. Did not know that. And also the O'Fallon High School Jazz Band will be performing. It will be at the Scottish Rites on April the 23rd. If you have any questions or concerns, if you'd like to get involved or participate, you can contact John Blondell at 618-874-1870. The 75th Annual Beef Dinner coming up Sunday, April the 24th at the Franklin Masonic Lodge in Alton, Illinois, Lodge number 25. Donations are $12. The location to be held at 1513 Washington Avenue in Alton, Illinois. Mouse race is coming up this Saturday. Doors open at 6:30. Races start at 7 to be held at the Dupo Quarterbacks Club in the great little town of Dupo, Illinois. Our good friends in Smithton, Tory Story, Morgan Family Fundraiser. They're having a spaghetti dinner Sunday, April the 17th from 4 to 8 p.m. at the St. John's Baptist Catholic Church in Smithton, Illinois. Tori Morgan is a senior at Freeburg High School. She was hurt in a very serious car accident going to school on March the 21st. If you'd like to donate or participate, you can contact Paula at 340-5381 or Cindy at 580-7072. I want to personally thank Ken Brinker. He's a firefighter from Marine, Illinois. Thank you so much for such a great gift. He brought us some carved out emblems of all of the military branches, and I want to thank you. What they're really, really great. He says he makes them and they sell them to benefit the veterans. And I just want to let you guys know, thank all you veterans. And he come in, and once again, wanted to thank me for all I do for the veterans. And I appreciate that, but I've done nothing for the veterans. They've done for us. It's like I give somebody $1 million, and then I want to thank them for taking it. No, I want to thank you veterans. You guys, and I mean this sincerely. I'm a proud American. I'm a patriot. Now, a lot of times I don't like the government that's ruining our country. There's a lot of good political leaders, but there's some bums. And my analogy, and it's kind of crass, you got $1 million swimming pool. Somebody comes up and craps in it like a Sprague, or Sprague jumps in it. It'd be just like crap jumping in your pool if Sprague or Barricivic or Kern jumped in there. They ruin the whole day. So, please, you veterans, we want to thank you guys. And again, don't thank me. I like to show my respect for all the branches of our brave military, and I think all proud Americans. I think all proud Americans want to do the same thing. So, again, thank you guys. And anyway, on this date, April the 8th, 1879, milk was sold in glass bottles for the first time. On this date, April the 8th, 1953, the first 3D movie was released, Man in the Dark. I think that's St. Clair County political. That should be their motto. We're in the dark because these ignorant son of a bitches are. On this date, April the 8th, 1986, Clint Eastwood was elected mayor of Carmel, California. On this date, April the 8th, 1994, smoking was banned in the Pentagon in all U.S. military bases. That's what happened on this date, April the 8th, throughout all these years in our world's history. I said we'd do a little recapping. The NGA, you guys know about the spy agency. We lost it. We lost it because of the culture of corruption. Now we've got the $500 million debacle that these politicians call the Mid-America Airport. I call it the Mid-America fleecing of St. Clair County taxpayers. Well, we've got that $500 million. Put it to pen and paper. Now we got $1.7 billion that the culture of corruption, the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County has caused us to lose. And over the next 20, 30 years, probably another $2 or $3 billion in revenue, residual revenue from businesses that would have got the money, restaurants, hotels, the airport. These guys just can't seem to get it right in St. Clair County. And now they're going to tell you again, give us one more chance. Hell, they've had 40 years. And what really pisses me off, this ignorant asswipe like Terry Beach, they want another 30 days. They want another 15 days. I'm sorry. What the hell? You haven't done anything in 15, 30 years to make it right. How the hell are you going to make it right in 15 days? See, that's a desperation move by desperate people. And these rotten bastards are desperate people. So keep that in your mind, people. That's going to be coming up a lot during this election cycle, because you good people have to understand and realize what a devastation it's going to be. What a devastation that these corrupt politicians in St. Clair County, we call them the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, what they've done to all the good people, not just Democrats, not just Republicans, but for everybody in St. Clair County. the financial loss because of their financial gain. See, people, they don't give a damn. And you know, they put their Bear Civics got 20, 30 family members working at the courthouse. Sprague's got all his people. Got his wife there is the auditor. She can't even spell auditor. But the greasy son of a bitch does that so he, you hear me, not me and you, he can get insurance paid for by us, the hardworking taxpayers of St. Clair County. Isn't it egregious? These greedy, no-count son of a bitches. And because of their greed, because of the Bear Civics, the Kern, the Sprague's greed, we suffer. We, the good people of St. Clair County. And we're going to stay on that. Also, yesterday, you heard me expose this Doug Jamison, the St. Clair County Republican chairman. We've had call after call after call for him to resign. They didn't understand what a low-life, no-count, no-good son of a bitch this Doug Jamison is. They tell me he works for the Red Team. Hell, I thought that was a communist organization. They tell me it's a real estate company that sells real estate. And I tell you, you guys, if you're going to be associated with Doug Jamison, I sure to hell wouldn't buy any real estate from you people. You know, Doug Jamison didn't like the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. He said, if you're not a Republican, you're no good. Get away from us. That's why the St. Clair County Republicans have never been successful. We're uniting. Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, you know that, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, the freedom fighters, we're fighting for everyone. And I saw on TV today, Paul Ryan, the Republican, the very, very powerful House Speaker, the Republican House Speaker, he says on the floor of the House of Representatives, he advocates, we all need to get together, get our political parties together to help the people of our country to move in a positive direction. Jamison, you need to take a page out of Paul Ryan's playbook. You should unite people, Jamison, not divide. But we could not believe the calls and response. This gentleman, get his record up in Sangamon County. Doug Jamison, you'll see it. Unbelievable. And he's leading the Republican Party in St. Clair County. The proud Republicans in St. Clair County don't deserve that. They got a rough enough time trying to get through this democratic culture of corruption. But we had call after call, and people are even asking, who the hell vetted this guy? Who was on whatever committee to vet this guy and not expose him for what he is? And Doug Jamison, you've got every right to defend yourself. You can give us a call, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. You guys know I don't talk about somebody and then hide my hands. When I talk about somebody, I wave my hands. I want them to know where it's coming from, and I always, as you know, give everyone the opportunity to defend themselves. But when they don't, people, you know why they don't. They have nothing to defend. Also want to talk about this pedophile protester, this pedophile pervert protester. Nobody really knows who he is. People have been talking and they've given names. And until we find out who he really is, we're not going to cast a bad light on anybody. But they tell me he's really getting mad. He's really getting mad because he's been exposed. And I guess he's on his computer, they tell me, or somebody, whoever this guy is, on his computer down in his mother's basement. You know, he spews out stupid lies. And again, whoever you are, you pedophile piece of crap, you pedophile protester, keep doing what you do. See, you keep on that computer and you keep typing lies and stupid crap and calling people names. That's great, because that keeps your hands on the computer and off some poor innocent child, if you know what I mean. And I think you do, you idiot pedophile protester. He's been all around the area and he still hasn't been identified. People are giving names. They say he's unemployed and says he doesn't even own a car. They think that's a guy, and I don't know who the hell they're talking about, but a lot of people are giving names, and one name in particular. And what a loser this guy must be. What a loser this guy must be. Down in the basement of his mom's house, spewing out stuff on the computer, than going out to these political rallies and protesting. And there may be more than one protester out there. I don't know. I don't want to single anybody out because I don't know. But again, you a pedophile protester, as long as you're playing on your computer, your greasy, sleazy hands will not be molesting children. So when somebody sees someone stupid-looking, fat-ass bastard protesting out there at these political functions and other functions, and we don't know who he is yet, just think about it yourself, that this no good, no count, low life pedophile protester who protests for someone, and people will pay. They tell me people pay him to protest, and we're going to find out one day who he is. But all he wants to do, I believe, whoever this guy is, to get attention for himself. But that's how idiots like him think. You know, because these are the kind of guys that really want to have sex with animals and sheeps. So he wants to have some sheep sex. So whoever you are out there, you scumbag son of a bitch, sooner or later, you will be identified and exposed for your horrific acts against children. And when that time comes, I think everybody will be happy to stop this ignorant, no count, low life son. Nothing's worse than abusing a child or abusing a dog, people. We know that. So let's keep that in mind. And when you see these protesters out there, just think there's one out there in this area that's a pedophile protester, a perverted pedophile protester. Let's find out who he is. Let's expose this no-count rotten bastards so we can keep our children and probably our animals away from this no-good son of a bitch. Where are we at? We're going to take a quick break here momentarily, but as you people know, I am running for state representative. I put $1 million of my hard-working money, and these rotten bastards, our enemies, say ill-gotten. I'll tell you what, Sprague, Kern, Bear Civic, I'll release my income tax returns to show the good people where my money comes from. I've invested. I've worked 35 years, but they want to put ill-gotten money. No, your money's ill-gotten because you've taken it from us. You've stolen it from us on those jobs that you have that you don't work. For 30 years, Bear Civic's been sucking at the trough. Kern sucking at the trough. Sprague, he really sucks at the trough because he's making all the money behind the scenes as city attorney. And we're going to talk about the Cahokia situation after break. And we're going to explain the underbelly, the dark side. But anyway, I'm putting another $1 million of my hard-earned money into my campaign this week. That's how committed I am to stop the evil culture of corruption in St. Clair County and all throughout the state. I'm putting a second $1 million into my campaign. That's my money, people. Nobody give it to me, but I'm giving it back. I'm going to support everyone who's going to challenge the culture of corruption in St. Clair County and throughout the state. I'm tired of this crap. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Some people don't have a lot of money, but they've got time. They've got effort. Put your time, your effort, your resources, whatever they are, to help stop this culture of corruption in St. Clair County. It's got to be stopped. And I'm also, it's on a side note, I'm going to introduce legislation to stop pensions for all the state legislatures for the part-time position. You guys have heard me. I go up to Springfield, get $70,000, $80,000 a year. I'm not going to take a penny. I pledge to you, I will not take a penny from you hardworking taxpayers. I've got enough money. I'm not greedy. I will not take a penny of salary. I will not take 1 cent a per diem, the $130 a day. I will not take any insurance. I will not take any pensions. But see, I'm going to have both sides pissed at me. I'm going to be a piranha if I'm fortunate enough to get to be elected state representative. And that's okay. I don't want to be a friend of the politicians. I want to be a public servant to the people of the 114th legislative district that I hope to serve in Springfield. I'm going to put legislation up to get rid of the pensions. We got a $12, $13 billion debacle that's on the backs of you hardworking taxpayers. Why should I or anybody else up at that state house in a part-time position have a lifetime pension? Can you answer me that? I pledge to you, I will put legislation up to stop the pensions for a part-time position. I'll also ask all my colleagues, since I'm not going to take any salary, and we're going to ask you good people to tighten your financial belts, and we're all going to have to suffer. I would ask, and I think I'll introduce legislation to have the salary cut down to $25,000, $30,000 a year. That's not bad for a part-time job. No pensions, no per diem, no insurance. How the hell do you get to $100,000 a year job when you put on a couple committees, you make more money, and you get a lifetime pension, you get $140 a day per diem, you get insurance on a part-time position? That's crazy, but you know who did that? They did that, the state lawmakers. And you know who can take it away? The state lawmakers. And I will pledge to you that I will introduce legislation to cut the salaries in half at least. Per diem, maybe, if they want to take some money for gas. But these pensions got to go, people, for a part-time position. But see, they haven't been gone up to now because the ones that are getting the nice pension package that's funded by you good people, they're the ones that have to vote on taking it away. You think they're going to vote on that? And I'm not telling you that I'm going to be successful, but I'm telling you that I'm going to expose it. I'm telling the good people in the 114th district of this great state of Illinois, East St. Louis, Smithton, Freeburg, Millstadt, Lebanon, Shiloh, Mascoutah. I'm telling you good people that I'm going to go up there and fight for us. I'm not going to fight for them. I don't want to be part of the good old boys club. I don't want to be what I hate, a big shot. I hate them son of a bitches. And yes, I'm a felon. Yes, I'm not perfect. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to be perfect for you people in Springfield because I don't give a damn. I don't want to make a friend up there. I want to make a difference down here. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Don't forget, people, you can listen to us on iTunes. You can type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling for the best of all three of our great stations. You can hear my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. And now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Also, if you would like, you can like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. Also, go to my Grim Reaper site, Grim Reaper Radio. Like us on the Grim Reaper Radio. And up and running is the Bob Romanik for State Representative site. You can go there and please do. We talked earlier about Democrats, Republican, and these politicians, people, on both sides. There's enough blame to go around. On both sides, they want to divide. They want to divide and conquer in politics. By having party politics, it's like a continuation, people, of our infamous Civil War between the states. You guys remember that. You remember the history. Brother and brother, sister and sister fighting each other in this great United States. We as true Americans need to be always united, never divided. I would like to see that wartime mentality all throughout this great country, all the time. You know, the wartime mentality. Everybody working together. We're in a war. We're trying to work together. World War II, everybody home working, the women working in the factories, everybody shaking each other's hands, drinking at the taverns, not fighting, not playing politics. We weren't worried about politics when there's a war. We're worried about survival and keeping our great country free. That's the kind of mentality I'd like to see all the time. But without the actual war, we don't need why do we need a war to bring us together? Why do we need something negative to bring us together in a positive way? We need that war mentality. Let's all act like we're in a big war with the people across the ocean somewhere. And when we have that mentality, that's when we'll all unite as one. Nobody talked about democratic politics during the war. Everyone coming together to help keep America great, free, and the best country in the world. Nobody give a damn about politics back then in the war times. And again, I don't advocate ever going to war, but let's have that mentality where we all get together and come together as one. And don't let these politicians, Democrats, Republicans, don't give a damn. See, I'm like the guy in no man's land. There's a lot of good Republicans all throughout this country. There's a lot of good Democrats. But it's been the elitists, the establishment, the 4, 5, or 8% that run this country, both Democrats and Republicans. We the people, never have the chance to participate. Let's start taking that chance. Let's all work together. Let's unite and get rid of these consummate career politicians and put people in there that are going to do the job. We're talking about, and I talked some time back about the cannabis, about Rich Soje owning 5 strip clubs, owning a gambling den, the off-track betting in Soje, and about the marijuana dispensary. Now it's in the paper that the marijuana dispensary in Soje won't open for at least a month. Now this is Rich Soje. He owns that property. He's got control of all that out there. And Kern and Sprague love him. They don't like me now because I expose them, and they say I own the property there's an adult club's on. Rich Soje owns 5. He owns the Oz where they have all their fundraisers, where they've had 15, 20, 30 civil rights lawsuits beating the hell out of people. He owns this cannabis, this marijuana dispensary. And I'm the bad guy? You see how hypocritical they are. But what caught me in this, it's going to be delayed. And here's what this lady says. You know, they talk about this lady, Griffin, acknowledged she is concerned about the lower than expected population of patients who receive cards under the Illinois Medical Cannabis Pilot Act. So far, there's only been 5,600. Now, do you understand what she's talking about, her and the politicians? She's not concerned about the people who may actually need to use marijuana. Hopefully, eventually, it won't be anybody. It'll be zero. The people's mental health will be better. Their physical health will be better. Should be zero. But her and her politicians who approved all this up in Springfield, they cared less about the people's safety and well-being. All they're looking for is the bottom line for their greedy, sleazy profit that they can benefit from the public. Think about it, people. These people aren't concerned about anything. Hear me again. They acknowledge she is concerned about the lower than expected population. Well, I would hope that she would love there be no population that needs marijuana to survive. But do you see what they're doing, people? And that's in Soje, Illinois. Hell, that's the sin capital of Illinois. Soje, Illinois. Got a gambling den. Got a marijuana house. Got 4 or 5 strip clubs, got all-night taverns. And I'm not against that, but I'm against the hypocrisy when Kern and Sprague give me crap, and then they put Rich Soje as head of the Public Building Commission. They go to his big $1 million house. See, that's what I don't like, people. It's not the truth. It's a hypocrisy that these no good son of a bitches play on us. But again, they're worried. They're worried more about making money. So they're hoping what they're saying here is they're concerned about the lower than expected population of patients. I would say, boy, what a great thing. We don't need many patients smoking marijuana. Because, you know, the only guys who are going to benefit from marijuana, and I've never smoked marijuana, not that I didn't want to, I just couldn't afford it. The only ones going to benefit from that is the politicians and the guys that make the chips and the snacks, I guess. They call them the smunchies or the munchies or the somethinies, I don't know. But it's unbelievable when nobody's concerned about somebody's safety, and these rotten bastards will say they're concerned about the lower than expected population of patients. I think I would be happy. I would be concerned about the overabundance in the expected population of patients, wouldn't you? But that's what these bastards do. And Rich Soje, we're coming after you. We're coming after all of you hypocritical son of a bitches. And speaking about hypocritical son of a bitches, you knew about the story in Cahokia. McCall came in, and all you good, hardworking members of Cahokia, you got screwed. You guys got screwed. McCall came into Cahokia, McCall Jr., the McCall team, which is nothing more than the McCall family taking care of their people. They fired 10 hardworking employees, union employees, let me remind you, back in June. They fired them illegally. So guess what happened? You guys are going to get your jobs back. Curtis McCall, Centerville Township Supervisor, and Bob Sprague. They're joined at the hip. You guys know that. But hear me out. They're joined at the hip. The supervisor, Curtis McCall Sr., his son, Curtis McCall Jr., the mayor of Cahokia, and God, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a toilet, Sprague, that no good Depends-wearing son of a bitch. Again, they're joined at the hip. And they ask you unions for your undying support, your undying underlying support to get them elected each and every year. And then they turn on you people. They illegally fired proud union members in Cahokia. Now follow me. In Cahokia were Bob Sprague is the city attorney in Cahokia. The attorney who should have advised Mayor McCall that not only was it entirely illegal, but they were hurting and disrespecting all the union members throughout St. Clair County. You follow me? Sprague once every year, Bob Sprague, he's always preaching about getting the political support from all the unions. And the unions do support the Democratic Party. But do you get support back, unions? Hell no, you don't. Bob Sprague, that hypocritical, low-life, bottom-feeding, pants-pissing son of a no-good bitch, apparently advised McCall that it was okay to illegally lay off the 10 proud union workers, to fire them. Now, I would have to say, you proud union people, and I have a lot of respect for the unions and their hard work that they do. Do you understand what Bob Sprague did? He's supposed to be the attorney. Bob Sprague, supposed to give proper professional legal advice to his clients. He failed in his job as an attorney to properly advise about all the illegal firing, and he totally failed all the proud union members throughout this area that support Bob Sprague's politically corrupt Democratic organization in St. Clair County. Do you proud union people understand what Bob Sprague did? Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in the toilet, Sprague did. Curtis McCall Jr. came in, illegally fired these people. Bob Sprague is a city attorney. He should have advised, not only because it was illegal, but he should advise, if he's loyal to his union supporters, to try to stop those 10 union people from getting fired illegally. Did Bob Sprague do that? Hell no, he didn't do it. He went right along with the program because, see, he makes $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 plus a year off all these towns that he works for. But you proud union people, remember that come this November, all throughout St. Clair County. Bob Sprague wants your support, but he let Curtis McCall illegally fire 10 hardworking union members out of Cahokia. Bob Sprague could have put a stop to it, union members. He could have said, hey, Mayor McCall, this is wrong. You can't do it. But he didn't say that. He didn't say that. And now they've got the assistant village attorney, Mark Scoggins. He's speaking for Cahokia because Bob Sprague don't have the guts. Bob Sprague don't have the guts. You'll take the money, Sprague, you political whore bitch. You'll take the money, but you won't take the heat. They've got Mark Scoggins talking now. But Bob Sprague, where were you at? Where were you at, Bob Sprague? You should have advised, if you're any kind of an attorney, city attorney, you should have advised McCall that he could not fire these hardworking union members. And I'll see how dedicated you are, Sprague, to be friends with and be loyal to the same union workers all throughout St. Clair County that are loyal to you and the Democratic organization year after year after year. Think about it, hardworking union people, and think about it, everybody throughout St. Clair County. You see how loyal Sprague's not? Sprague's chasing the dollar. That's all that son of a bitch wants, to expose Cahokia. Now, you good people in Cahokia, these union people are coming back. You're going to have to pay them back pay that they rightfully deserve. You're going to have to pay them all their benefits back. And now you've got twice as many people working in Cahokia. How can you good people in Cahokia support that many employees? The employees that were illegally hired, Curtis McCall's political cronies, they're going to have to go by the wayside unless McCall wants to keep them. And if he does, their salaries coming out of your hardworking taxpayers' money. Men, women, black and white, Democrats, Republicans. Don't let them play politics out there. But the most egregious part is Bob Sprague. He let this crap go. He didn't stop Curtis McCall. He didn't advise Curtis McCall that you can't do that. Do you see what a low-life son of a bitchin' attorney Bob Sprague is? The incompetent bastard? He should have told Mayor McCall, you can't do that, Mayor. It's going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money. It's illegal. I'm the attorney. That's what you pay me for. You can't do it. Oh, and by the way, the people you're laying off are the hardworking voters, the union members that vote for me and my people in St. Clair County. And also, Mayor, support you down here because we as Democrats, we have control of the union votes. And I just hope you union people, you good union people will understand that this Democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, they don't give a damn about you. They're not loyal to you. They give a damn less. All they care about is your support, but they don't want to give their support back to you. Think about it, people. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. Election time's coming up, and you people know me. When I say something, I have facts. I stand by what I say. I put my name on it. You're going to hear people all over saying different things about me and even my opposition. Don't believe the crap until you research it. What do I tell you people? Don't ever believe me. Just listen to me. And then you research it and you'll find out that I'm right. You know, these websites, everybody puts crap on. 99%'s not true, but that's okay. But any lowlife that wants to put something on and not give their name, you know, we understand that, but don't. I don't care what candidate you're for or against. Get the total facts. Don't let somebody sway you one way or the other. I'm not trying to sway anybody. I'm trying to give you the real information, let you research it, and you'll come back and say, Bob Romanik was right again. In closing, this Cahokia situation, so Sprague won't get, see, anytime there's negative, that's a little boy, then I call him a boy, because that's what he is. But it says, and this is Scoggins, the attorney that they threw under the bus because Sprague don't want to be part of anything negative, even though he caused it all. But to promote employee morale rather than continue the village battle with the union, Scoggins said, the village is putting back to work these union employees terminated. No, that's not true, people. That's not true. They had already lost 2 or 3 arbitrations, and they were going to lose the same one because it was the same principle. Do you see how hypocritical and how these son of a bitches want to twist and turn and spin a story? They would have never put them back. If they would have won the first couple of cases in arbitration, Cahokia never would have. But they're going to think we're stupid out there, people, that to promote employee morale. Now, that pisses me off as much as what they did to the hardworking union people that they fired illegally, that Sprague was behind. But now Sprague's going to ask for your union support come the November election, people. And don't forget Rick Stone, who everybody supported as a coroner. And, Rick, I hope your health is up. I really do. I wish you the best health-wise, and I'm sincere when I say that. Rick Stone had all the support from the Carpenters Union, and then they had non-union workers building his house in Smithton. And if I'm wrong, Stone, give me a call, but you won't because you know I'm right. But see how hypocritical these bastards are? They want you to do for them, but they're not going to do a damn thing for you, people. Not a damn thing. Hope you have a good weekend. Friend and foe, everybody be safe. We'll be back Monday. Well, hopefully, unless I get run over or shot. And hell, he'd probably be doing me a favor. But remember, people, the election is coming up in November. Our country is made up of all sorts of political entities. So let's all get involved. Whether you're for me, against me, for somebody else, against somebody else, get involved. That's your right as an American citizen. Hopefully you'll vote for me. But if you can't, come out and vote for the other person, because that's your right in this great country. And we want everybody to have their voice heard. And you can't get it heard until you go to the polls. So I'll be putting another $1 million into my campaign this week. You'll be hearing about it, I'm sure, because I'm committed to fighting this culture of corruption in St. Clair County and all throughout this state of Illinois. My $2 million is going for a good cause, to rid the political cancer from our political bodies. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back Monday, same time, same place, when we'll continue our quest, our journey to expose and rid this political corruption all throughout our great country, to take our country back as Americans, and we can continue to do that. All we have to do is unite as one. Unite as one, Americans. Unite. Continue to expose these low-life, no-count, good-for-nothing, bottom-feeding, scumbag, son of a bitch, and political parasitical punks that we call politicians. Drag them over the political coals of hell time and time and time again. And when it's all said and done, repeat after me. You know what we got to do. We got to destroy these low-life bastards once and for all. Destroy them. Destroy them politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away.